This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Josh Kelly here at the Wasserman offices. Josh, how are you?
I'm alright, mate. I'm not bad. I'm doing well. Yeah.
It's good to hear. Now, obviously, you've got a young family as well. How are things going back home?
Good, mate. Hard, but good. I mean, best things in the world, 2 kids, and obviously the missus. So it's doing really well, mate. Everything's good.
I'm glad to hear it. Obviously, we've been trying to time for an interview for a while now, haven't been able to. So let's just start off with the reason we're here. You've teamed up with Nissa Sowland and Wasserman Boxing. So talk to me about this move. Why did you decide to do so?
No, well, obviously, contract come in with Eddie. He offered us 5 fights, and Conor and Nissa offered us 5 fights, and I weighed both deals up, and obviously, I just felt this suited me more. Just a bit of a better deal for me, so I went down this route. So obviously that's where I went, and no hard feelings between me and Eddie. I think it's just business, and I've loved working with him, and obviously the future's bright with Wasserman. I can't wait to work with these guys because Conor and this are a great bunch of guys, man, great guys.
What were the biggest differences when you spoke to Calla and Nissam and Eddie spoke to you about a new deal? What were the biggest differences between those two offers?
Well, listen, I'm really getting the deals and stuff, but like it was just suiting me better personally. So I have to do as a fighter. I think you got to do what's suits you better on a personal note, because when it's all said and done, you're the one who's got to walk away from the sport with financially took care of and everything else. So and personal issues needs to be done.
So Josh, as you mentioned, it's a 5-fight deal. What is the plan for you when you make your ring return? What type of opposition are you looking at?
I think I'll be in December. I'll be meeting return in December. Yeah, I'm not shy of any opposition sort of thing. I'll jump in. You know me, I'll jump in with anybody. But I think we've got to build me back up a little bit. I think I should be competing at 154, so I might go up a weight. It's not ruling out 147, but for the moment 154 would probably suit me a little bit better. I'm quite big for a 147, and I think I'll mature into a 154. I'm only just turned 27, so I've still got some time left in the game. But yeah, I think 154. Then if there's any big fights down at 147, then I'll drop back. I can definitely get back down there and compete.
It's an interesting one. You mentioned your weight. Certainly after the Avanesyan fight, people were questioning whether or not it was a struggle for you to make 147. Is it a struggle? Is it comfortable? Can you just elaborate on that a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I believe if you make them weight properly, I think it will be a struggle with everybody. So it's a push. Obviously I was quite a bit taller than David, and also I'm quite thick-setted. So I think the extra £7 at 154 help us for the time being, and then we'll see where we go from there. See if I'm competing well there and making the moves which I know I should be. So.
To get your thoughts, a reflection rather, on the David Avanesyan fight. We haven't had a chance to catch up since. I know you've kind of gone under the radar, just focused on yourself for a bit, had some time off. Now you're back. Can you just look back on the performance for me? What went wrong in that stoppage defeat?
Listen, it was not. David beat us on the night. He's the better fighter on the night, but a lot of personal things I was going through outside the ring, which played out inside the ring. But there can't be any excuses because I got beaten. I never make excuses for a fight. So I take myself away and then sort them personal issues out, and that's what I did. I took a lot of time off to sort that out, and I'm back now. I'm trying to put a big statement together in December.
At some point, do you want to cross paths with David again and try and right that wrong in your career?
Yeah, 100% if it's there. Listen, down the line, I'm all for getting that back. Do you know what I mean? But for now, it's rebuilding myself, and personally, I've rebuilt what I had to, what I was going through at the time, and I'm in a good place personally. So I feel as though you'll see the best version of myself for the next fight.
It's also good to hear you're in a good place now, Josh. I just want to get your thoughts as well on Conor Benn. Obviously, yourself and Conor have been linked for a potential fight for some time now. Do you think you two are still on kind of a path to cross at some point?
Oh yeah, 100%. Listen, 147 is never out of the question for me. I can get down to 147 and compete there. So yeah, 100%. I think he's doing well. He's doing well on what he's doing. But I'm here for the big fights. I know me and Conor make sense. So we'll get it on sooner or later.
What did you make of his performance and win against Adrian Granados, if you caught it?
It was decent, mate. Decent. I mean, Ganaris is tricky and awkward. He's running away, and he sort of was trying to chase him down and get him out there. But Ganaris is tough, so did what he had to do.
Just on kind of as talks of a potential Adrian Broner bout next, from what you've seen of him, would that be a fight you think make sense at this stage of his career?
Yeah, it could. I mean, Broner's a wild card, mate. You never know what Broner's going to turn up. If the Broner turns up who is on form, that could make out to be a tough fight. Yeah.
Now, just because you've moved up to 154, Liam Smith, Anthony Fowler is only a few weeks away as well. Just get your thoughts on that. What do you make of it? Anthony Fowler, somebody you know well from GB?
It's a tough one for Fowler. I think Smith's got a style where it could potentially cause him problems. But I mean, we're just all going to see what he's made of now and see what he's about, because that's a big fight. And obviously, if he comes to it, then he's dealt with that style. But I think probably Smith's he's a tough character, Smith. I think he's a tough character, Smith is. It's a hard style to fight against.
Finally, Josh, another man you know very well, Anthony Joshua, faces Alexander Usyk next weekend. I'm sure you'll be tuning in like the rest of us. What's your take on that fight, though? How do you expect it to play out?
I think Joshua's too big for Usyk, and I think that could be the deciding factor. But Usyk's tricky as you like. So listen, Usyk decides to make a touch and run for a good few rounds. It could make out to be a quality fight. He's southpaw, he's awkward, he moves his feet a lot. It's just one of them. You're bouncing side to side constantly, but I think the deciding factor will come down to how big Joshua is. Is a heavyweight? He's huge, isn't he? So.
Right, Josh, I told you I wouldn't take you too much of your time. I know you're going to go and speak to the rest of the media now, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Nice to see you.